James Lynch here for Flow Combat with Mickey Gall, who's going to be taking on Diego Sanchez this Saturday at UFC 235. And Mickey, the day's finally here. This is a huge card. The excitement level, fighting a legend like Diego Sanchez. I know there's been a little bit of trash talk, but you must be pretty stoked to be on this card and take on Diego Sanchez.
Yeah, I'm psyched. He's a legend. It's going to be great for me to take him out, and I'm going to render him unconscious in the first round. Whether I get my first UFC knockout or he gets submitted for the first time. He's going to sleep.
I was going to ask you about that because Sanchez hasn't been submitted before. Does it kind of add a little bit more, being like, hey, I'm going to go out there and really make a statement here and just show him that I can beat him at my game?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'll be proud either way. It would be cool. It would be cool to get in his 40th fight, be the first guy to submit him after he's faced like a lot of great other grappling artists. But I'm just gonna get that win, man. I'm gonna put on, I'm gonna perform, I'm gonna bang him out, and whether I slam him, however it goes, I just want to dominate.
One of the big things that's happened for you over the last couple of years is making that move to California, being at Muscle Farm. How much as a fighter have you grown just being there, getting to work with some really high-level training partners? Not that you didn't before, but I mean, you get to work with Matt Brown, Joe Schilling.
Yeah, I'm training with Joe Schilling and Eve Edwards every day. Those like my big brothers. I'm getting a lot of work. It was necessary. It was a necessary move for me to elevate myself. I take this very serious. I was given a really good opportunity, and I'm gonna squeeze all the juice out of it I can. I'm gonna do everything right. I don't want any regrets. I'm gonna go in there, and I'm enjoying it too. But I'm putting in all the work. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and yeah, I'm gonna be a UFC champ. And it'll be pretty. I think I want to do something pretty special.
How did that all come together with you going to train out there, anyways?
Me and Schilling became friends. We hit it off, and he was talking about getting into MMA, and I'm trying to step up my striking, step up every aspect of my game. So it was just like an organic thing. It just worked out, and then Eve needed a roommate, so I moved in with Eve. It's just perfect. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense, and of course, the other big thing too is that I know you want to be more active. Get in the cage and do that. How many times would you like to fight this year?
So 2019, 3 times. I like to fight this fight. I like to fight again, and one more time.
Okay, that's excellent. We talked about some of the training partners there. Anyone else I missed on that list that you got to train with for this camp?
Yeah, my boy D-Rod gave me a lot of work. Daniel Rodriguez, who's one of the best prospects. He's 8-1, 8 finishes. The one was it was a bad decision. He should have won that too. But he's a stud. Hopefully we'll see him in the UFC. I'm gonna be getting in Sean Shelby some people's ear. My boy LJ Raboli came out to LA with me. That's my little brother. I have a lot of great support.
Yeah, and I don't know if you trained at all with Ryan Lilly. He just got a big win a few weeks back.
Lilly, I do. I love Ryan the Lion. Yeah, he's great.
Because I was at his last fight in Bellator, and I know he's been a nice addition to your team, just kind of getting a different look and stuff. Yeah,
great guy. I love Ryan. Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Ryan.
Yeah, shout out Ryan. Yeah, the Lion.
Sure. Who's going to be in your corner this Saturday?
It'll be David Adib, as always, Joe Schilling, and Eve Edwards.
One of your past opponents, Sage Northcutt, is now in one championship. Were you surprised by that, or did you figure he'd be staying with the UFC long term?
I can only answer based on I want to stay with the UFC long term. I think this is the biggest show. This is where you want to be. This is the best of the best. But I understand people trying to go grab some money and have easier fights. I get that, but that's not what I want. I didn't get in the sport to have easy fights. I want to have tough fights. I want to have a storied career, and I think to have a storied career, you do in the UFC.
Okay, and George St. Pierre retired last week. Just your thoughts on, I know you spent a little bit of time at TriStar, just your reaction to him retiring, and where do you put him in the all-time greats?
I put him as the GOAT, and I say he's the GOAT as a fighter, but also as a person. He's a guy who really inspired me, not just fighting-wise, but also just as a person. Watching the way he carries himself at TriStar, he's a humble champion. He'll spend 20 minutes with some new white belt kid, to help him out, and we'll give the same attention to a UFC fighter. Always does it with such grace. I freaking love George. He's an amazing person, amazing ambassador for our sport.
Any plans to ever go back to Montreal, even just 100%.
For 100%?
It's a cool city. You don't get that in the U.S. It's kind of like a European city.
Yeah, absolutely. Faraz hit me up about to come out for this camp, but I told him I have a great thing going with Joe and Eve, and but I love it up there. Me, LJ, Ali, all my boys, we're going to go up there and spend a couple weeks and go train at the gym. A lot of great 170-pounders up there too. Rory is a friend of mine, and get some work with him. do it up.
And last question before I let you go, you're kind of been a bit of a celebrity. I'm a big fan of the comedy podcast. You're making the rounds. Ari Shaffir, Joey Diaz. How has that been? Just being friends with these guys, who a lot of people really they listen to their shows.
Oh, it's great, man. I like comedians, man. They're so funny. They have such a unique perspective, and I think like comedians and fighters like real people, real motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like shit, if your friends are that funny, like you're laughing all the time, like you know what I mean? It's a good time. And I gotta say one thing. I gotta apologize because I ignore your texts because I hate Skype.
Right.
And I don't have Skype. Yeah. And I want to apologize for that because I see it.
I'm glad you remember. I'm glad you remember.
Every time I'm like, I don't, because someone the other day was like, can you download Google Hangouts so we can do this? And I start doing it, and I'm like, dude, no, I hate it. I hate technology like that.
I'll take it one step further.
That's why I was asking, I was like, can we do FaceTime? Because that's like right on my phone. And I know.
I didn't get your text back.
I know, I'm a dick.
It's okay, but you have an iPhone though, right?
Yeah, I do.
We can do FaceTime. I have the ability to do it now.
All right,
so it's all good. So next time, listen, it's on camera, it's recorded here.
Hey,
if
I'm
Mickey,
a man of my word.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
See, if I don't text back, it's not like I'm lying.
Yeah.
But it's like, but it was rude of me, and so I want to actually apologize to you for that.
I appreciate that, but listen, I came all the way to Vegas. I had to interview you, so I mean that's the reason I'm here. So it worked out.
Every single fight from
there you
here
go.
on out for the rest of my
career,
recorded. I promise.
It's recorded.
No doubt. I'm a man of my word. You'll see.
Best luck on Saturday, man. Thank you.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.